Are you among those who often leave their keys somewhere and consequently lose them? Well, today, we have a saint who is said to be the finder of lost keys. And not only that, she is also the patron saint of maids, domestic servants, waitresses, and housekeepers. Saint Zita was born in 1212 in Tuscany near Lucca, Italy. She came from a very poor but devoutly religious Catholic family who went to Holy Mass together every morning. When she was 12, due to the increasing poverty of the family, she became a maid in the palace of the Fratinelli. She was given the most disagreeable duties, was poorly paid, and was deprived of the rich food served at the table. Yet, she never complained. Every day at 5, she would attend Holy Mass before doing her assigned tasks. She had a strong devotion to the suffering Jesus, which enabled her to bear patiently the harsh treatment and sometimes unreasonable order of her employers and the quarrelsome attitudes of her fellow servants. Prayer and daily Holy Communion sustained her in her sufferings. After some years, seeing her perseverance and dedication to duty, the Fratinelli family gave her the charge to look after their children and the whole household. Her happy disposition and patience made the whole household happy and conquered the jealousy of her fellow servants. Zita performed the work of a maid in the same family for almost 50 years, and her holy life was a blessing to many. There were miracles that happened even when she was still alive. One feast day, she stayed longer in church and was so absorbed in prayer and oblivious of the time. When the sun was already up, she remembered that she had to bake the bread for breakfast. Hurrying home, she started to prepare for baking. But then, she saw the flour all kneaded and ready for baking. No one among the people in the house did it. The mistress of the house gave this remark, "The angels have done it." Every Saturday afternoon, she went to pray at the St. Angelo Church, some 6 miles away, going there on foot. One time, due to her duties, she set out though it was almost evening. A man on a horseback stopped him to remind her that it was almost evening, trying to dissuade her from her journey. But she said the Lord will bring her safely to the place. When that man arrived in the church, she was surprised to see Zita kneeling in prayer. He asked her how she got there ahead of him. Her answer was, "As it pleased God, so it has happened." Another miracle happened months later. Zita was very devoted to Saint Mary Magdalene and visited the saint in the church located between Lucca and Pisa, which is about 10 miles away. It was already evening when she arrived, and the church doors were locked. She sat on the church steps and due to fatigue fell asleep. Then a rainstorm arose, but she was not awakened. Early in the morning, she woke up and saw water around, but she was dry. She found the doors of the church open and began to pray. When the parish priest came down for the morning mass, he was amazed to see Zita inside the church when he alone had the keys. This is why she is invoked to find lost keys. Zita continued to live her simple and ordinary life as a trusted maid and a great lover of God and of people. Hard work and fatigue took a hard toll on her life. She became too weak at the age of 60. As she lay dying, she clasped her hands, looked up to heaven, and smiled. It was April 27, 1278. As soon as she expired, a brilliant light shone on the Fratinelli house, and the people who saw it ran to the house crying, "The saint is dead." At the time of her funeral, there were miracles that happened. She was canonized in 1696. Her incorrupt body lies at the Basilica di San Frediano, Lucca, Italy. Her tomb was opened in 1446, 1581, 1652, and 1811, and they found her body perfectly preserved. Her virtues are piety, humility, obedience, charity, courage, and fortitude. Lord, help us imitate the virtuous and prayerful life of Saint Zita. Keep us joyful even in the midst of difficulties.